if I can't play in the sandbox myself, I'm going to poop in it so nobody else can play there either. This is now the level on which Donald Trump is operating. If he can't put his name on something, he may just knock the entire thing down. And I wish I were kidding, but I'm not. The Trump administration is raising the prospect of demolishing the Kennedy Center if Donald Trump doesn't get his way. This is one of the most bizarre and pathetic presidential vanity projects I have ever seen. Now, the history of the Kennedy Center is interesting. It was established by Congress in 1964 as a memorial to the memory of President John F. Kennedy after his assassination. Trump took office, took control of the Kennedy Center, replaced its leadership, installed allies on the board, and became chairman himself and pretended to be surprised when the people he put on the board said, "What about making Trump the chairman?" And the biggest decision he made in his infinite wisdom is that we need to put another name on the Kennedy Center, Donald Trump's name. The building was renamed the Donald J. Trump and John F. Kennedy Memorial Center for the Performing Arts. There's a problem. A federal judge ruled the board didn't have the authority to rename it. Congress has the authority to rename it. So Trump's name, with much fanfare and attempting to cover it up, Trump's name was removed from the facade. And now things have gotten completely insane. The Trump-controlled board has a new plan. The building would officially remain named for John F. Kennedy, but it would prominently say restored and renovated by President Donald J. Trump. He would get a plaque, and the grounds would be called the President Donald J. Trump Plaza. And there could be potentially another Trump reference if a fundraising effort reaches $100 million. Now, Democratic Congressman Joyce Beatty, who also happens to be a trustee of the Kennedy Center, is back in court trying to stop all of this. And the Trump administration has now responded to what is, I guess we're calling it a warning. Justice Department lawyers are arguing all of a sudden, you know what? This is a very dangerous building. The Kennedy Center, it's structurally unsound. It's fundamentally unsafe. It's embarrassing to the nation's capital. And they say Trump must be allowed to close it for 2 years and rebuild it. Well, what if that doesn't happen? You know what? It could get so dangerous. This is so pathetic. The building could get so dangerous, we will have to take it down and then figure out what we're going to build instead. In other words, if you don't let Trump plaster his name all over it and renovate it in the way he wants, he might demolish the entire thing. Oh, because it's so unsafe all of a sudden. Now, the filings read like delusional documents that you would say, whoever wrote this maybe should have a psych evaluation done. The filings say Trump is uniquely qualified to rebuild the center because he has unrivaled expertise and experience in real estate and construction. It's a Justice Department court filing, and it sounds like a Trump Tower brochure or something. And it gets even more embarrassing because the administration is arguing if Trump doesn't receive prominent recognition for the project, donors may say, oh, we don't want to contribute. We will only contribute if Trump's name is on it. This is delusional. The memorial to an assassinated American president, we are told, can only survive if a different president gets enough credit for renovating it. Now, the irony here is remarkable. The Washington Post reportedly got confidential budget documents. And we talked about this on the bonus show a couple days ago. Ticket sales and fundraising collapsed after Trump's takeover. Fiscal revenue for 2026 is estimated to be 124 million bucks. The target was $220 million. They are going to end up with half the money they were looking for because people are disgusted by what Donald Trump is doing there. And they're describing it as a fiscal cliff. Trump's name went up and then fundraising and revenue just went off a cliff. Now, the Kennedy Center is disputing everything. They're saying, no, previous management gave us financial problems, AKA it's Biden's fault. If you zoom out, think for a second about what we're watching. Trump takes over the Kennedy Center. His allies put his name on it. A judge says you can't do that. They figure out another way to put his name everywhere. And while that fight continues, the Justice Department goes, Very nice Kennedy Center you got there. Sure would be a shame if something were to happen to it. In Donald Trump's Washington, D.C., even a memorial to John F. Kennedy has to be a monument to Donald Trump. And there's one other funny little aspect to this. The name they gave it, the Donald J. Trump and John F. Kennedy Memorial, whatever. Memorial means the person is dead. And Trump doesn't give a damn about this. And obviously, we know that Trump is alive at this point in time. It's just funny that he is so desperate for recognition. He's fine tacking his name up on stuff usually reserved for dead people. And this happened with the currency as well, where they were going to put Trump's face on a coin or on a bill. They had ideas for all these. We really only do that with people who have passed away in the United States. And in fact, that's the law. But they just don't care. They will get around that by making it commemorative or find some loophole or some way to get around it. Trump doesn't care because his desperation to establish a legacy he thinks won't be humiliating overrides any sense of decorum or class. And by the way, I think at the heart of this is that Donald Trump does recognize his legacy is in the toilet. Not only are classified documents in the toilet when Trump gets access to them, his legacy is likely to be an embarrassingly terrible one. And this is where his motivation comes from, to try to grow the territory of the United States with Greenland or Venezuela, or to put his name on stuff, to put his face on stuff. It's all because he realizes he's going to be remembered terribly. And the next president, especially if it's a Democrat, is going to instantly undo a whole bunch of the stuff Trump did. What's harder to undo? If I build a new ballroom, if I renovate and put my name on the Kennedy Center, if I acquire territory. And that is why he is obsessed with doing that stuff right now. Appreciate you watching. Stick around for this next video, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you actually see our uploads. You can also catch the full podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.